again with our Bible study recap. We talked about one word last night, death. Ooh, death. We talked about death and how we have to die to really have life. And we talked about in the Christian life, we all have our likes, our desires, our things we want to do, all these different things. But guess what? To some degree, we have to die. And Jesus said it this way, that you have to deny yourself. What does that mean? You have to die to what you want to do, that he can have life in you. Look what it says. This is what we looked at John chapter 12. And it says this, verse 23, Jesus replied, "The time has come for the Son of Man to enter into his glory. The truth is, a kernel of wheat must be planted in the soil. Unless it dies, it will be alone, a single seed. But its death will produce many new kernels, a plentiful harvest of new lives." Now, notice what it's saying here, that death produces life, not only for yourself, but for so many other people around you. When you refuse to change, when you refuse to die, when you refuse to get rid of bad habits, when you refuse to do those things, guess what you're doing? You're choosing to be alone. Guess what? Everybody in the world can't be wrong. If there are a lot of people who are telling you that something needs to change about yourself, you need to really consider it and consider changing it, dying to yourself, dying to your desire, dying to who you say you're going to be, to really be what can produce life, not only in yourself, but in others. Is this easy? No. Look, we're going to go back to the scripture. Look what it says in verse 27. "Now my soul is deeply troubled." Even Jesus saying death was hard. He knew he came for the cross. He knew he came to die that we may have life. But guess what? Even he acknowledges that it is hard to do, to die. But what am I telling you to do? That we just got to do it. He said, I have to do whatever it takes for God to be glorified. Have you made that decision in your life that you're willing to do whatever it takes for God to truly be glorified in your life? What does that mean? Dying to yourself, dying to the way you want to do things, dying to when you want to speak and not speak. What if God asked you to do something out of your personality? What's your response? God, that ain't me. Wait, he made you. He knew all about you, and he would never put you in a position to fail. So if your response always is not me, he wouldn't ask me to do that. Maybe you're just too selfish to realize that God wants to use you, but you're afraid to die. Guess what? If you die, not only will you live, but it will produce, as the Bible said, a plentiful harvest of new lives. So my question for you, who's waiting for you to die so that you have life? Is it a friendship? Is it a relationship? Have you become too stubborn? Have you become too stubborn that other people can't live because you're hindering them? Die so that you can live. All right. See you next week.